Hi, everybody. I'm back in Vegas at my safe hotel. I came back here on December 22nd. I was super cold up at Mesquite campground. It was really cold. And so I went down to Texas Springs where it was a little bit warmer. And then I wasn't feeling well. I was suffering from, I thought I had a UTI, but it really was those waterproofing chemicals that were burning my body were actually burning my bladder on the way out. It's insane, but it's true. And so I decided I was going to go to Pahrump, and I was going for some supplies, some herbs and stuff that would help my body recover from what I thought was a UTI. Anyway, on the way there, the check engine light came on the van. I took it to an AutoZone. The code came up, transmission. I went over to the Chevy dealer in Pahrump and I told him what was going on because I had an appointment there the next day, which I canceled because I ended up driving the van to Vegas. And I told them they had to come get it because I couldn't drop it off there because I was too sick and I was too overwhelmed and everything. So they did. They came and towed it. And they didn't work on it until the 23rd, and then they were off the 24th and 25th, and the 26th is Sunday, tomorrow. So they didn't finish it. You don't rebuild the transmission in one day. And there were 3 codes on there that came up. So thank God it was under warranty. And I just honestly, I thank you, Lord, and I praise you, God, because even though I was on my way to have it checked end to end, this just hastened the process. The unfortunate thing is that, when you live in a van and your van's in the shop, you have nowhere to go. And so I have to pay for this hotel because it's the only one I can tolerate. And it's expensive and it's scary because I'm watching my money go down and down and down. And I'm just hoping and praying they get my van done before I run out of money, because otherwise I will be sleeping on the road, in the street. I don't know what'll happen to me, really. I'm starting to get scared, but I do trust God, and I'm getting some more money from my house. It's just, even that, it's overwhelming because I'm $25,000 in debt right now, and it's overwhelming. I do have a plan. I want to get a laptop. I want to get internet. I want to get a part-time job. Maybe I can find a camp host gig. Some of the camp hosts pay like a per diem stipend. You camp for free, plus you get like $20 or $30 a day. That would help, that would help. So still no word from Social Security Disability in Nevada. That's one of the things on my list to call Monday. Call them. Also, I did get a lead. I finally got through to the Hartford Department of Birth and Death Records or whatever, and they gave me a number to call. So I'm going to call them on Monday and see what I can do because she said that if the birth certificate got sent back, they would keep it for a year and that they would be able to forward it to a different address. So that would be a huge load off my mind, because then I'd have all of my identification back that got destroyed in the mold house, and so I've got all those irons in the fire. So yeah, just praying that my van is finished on Monday. And then my plan is to wipe it down with something before I put all my stuff back in it. And then, head back to the park. I miss the park. I want to be in the park. I love it. There's something about the rocks, the air. I just feel good there. They've been so good to me there. So last night I talked to this woman, Eva McGuire. Hi, Eva, if you're watching. She's an old school MCS warrior. She gave me a lot of tips. There's a site called needs.com that has a lot of non-toxic products, and one of them is a miracle cleaner. And she says that will detox my clothes, that I don't need, because I was just going to throw out all my clothes that got contaminated with the waterproofing agent. I mean, right now I'm literally down to one t-shirt, one pair of pants, a hoodie, no socks. I got no socks, like a couple pairs of underwear. I mean, I don't have, everything else is contaminated. So I'm hoping and praying that I ordered this stuff, the miracle cleaner. I hope it comes fast to Death Valley because I really need it to decontaminate these clothes. I am going to put them out in the sun too, that the sun degrades waterproofing chemicals. But in the meantime, I still am going to need, I think my sleeping bag is still good for now. My sleeping pad is still good for now, but I wasn't warm enough. I mean, I was sleeping in there wrapped up. I was wearing pretty much all my clothes and then put my winter jacket inside the sleeping bag so that when I had to get up to go to the bathroom, I would sit up, put the jacket on, and then get out of the sleeping bag. But I mean, it was like 30 degrees. It was very, very cold. Oh, so I also bought this candle lantern, this Yuko candle lantern. You put 3 beeswax candles in it, and people use it to heat tents and stuff. It was like the lowest cost option that I could come up with to buy. So I bought that, and then I plan to get just a really teeny tiny small electric heater and a heavy duty extension cord. And then if it gets really cold like that up at Mesquite, I can go over to the Grapevine Ranger Station and plug in for the night and keep myself alive that way. But that's, it's chancy because the 3 people that live there have been excellent to me. They've been so nice to me. I bought fragrance-free laundry soap and I bought dryer balls and they agreed to use them and they've been nice to me. But it's still, I'm taking a chance. I don't know. But that's my plan. Those are my plans. Obviously, today's Saturday, Christmas Day. Happy Christmas to everybody. And tomorrow's Sunday. So I'm just going to rest and pray and plan and make lists and, just keep going forward, and hopefully I'll get my van back Monday and then stay one more night probably, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. It depends on what time I get my van back. Also, if I do get my van back Monday, I could possibly, drive it back. And if I get really tired, I could stop and sleep, along the road just to save it's over $100 a night for this hotel. So that's a lot of money. Anyway, if you're praying, folks, just, I thank you for your prayers because I know, I'm not going to get choked up, but I know that a lot of you are praying for me and I know that God hears you and it's been sustaining me physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and financially. I really do believe that your prayers for provision. And so if you would continue praying for provision, because I still am on the edge. I'm still just one disaster away from being street homeless. It's just, I hate saying that, but it's true. So I thank you for your prayers. If you're an MCS person, I'm going to try to put the links underneath to those 2 websites, to that website that has that product that I talked about, the Miracle Cleaner. And I'm just so grateful to have you guys here with me. I really am. It makes me feel like I'm not alone. It makes me feel like I'm doing something to help others. And I really hope I am helping others, because this is honestly, it's probably, it feels like torture sometimes. It really does. It feels like torture. But, that's why I don't know how people could do this without a spiritual belief. I think most of us that suffer this way, in some way, shape, or form, we get a spirituality because it's just beyond. We're beyond human aid. We're beyond human aid. But yeah. So thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. We're raising awareness. I know I talk about God a lot because I love God and He's done a lot for me. But the whole thing is we really do need to band together. Those of us who are chemically injured, mold injured, We need to band together. We need to get noticed. We need to get funding so that we can go to the kinds of doctors that we need to go to. Because as of right now, the Medicaid that I had in New York was fantastic for normal medical doctors, but it didn't pay for any of the doctors that would really affect a lasting change for me. Like a functional medicine doctor. It didn't pay for any of the deep testing that I really need that I couldn't afford. So, I think that it's time that we unite, you guys, and that we start to make noise and affect change like the Americans with Disabilities did in 1972. And that's why we have the Americans with Disabilities Act. That's why we have wheelchair ramps in public places, Before that, people in wheelchairs were just screwed, like we are now. Like we have no equal access to buildings because there are many, many, many places, 99% of the buildings I cannot enter because they're either toxic from mold or toxic from chemicals. And so, it's not okay. It's not okay. It really is a disability. It is a disability on paper right now. It's just a mental illness. They've got it listed as a mental illness, which, that I could talk about that for days. It's not in our heads. It's not. It's a chemical reaction. It's the same exact thing as if there was a fire here and I put my hand in the fire, it would burn my hand. That's what those chemicals do to our cells. They burn us. That's what toxic mold does to our cells. They burn it burns our cells. I'm just putting it in, I'm not a scientist. I'm just putting it in layman's terms, right? They burn my cells. They hurt my body. They damage my cells. And so, they're toxic and they should be illegal. And if not illegal, they should stop making them. They should completely. But if not, they should at least limit their use, And I think there is more awareness happening. I've heard more people talk about fragrance-free workplaces, which is great. But, Christmas is brutal. I mean, absolutely brutal. I had a Walmart order. I had to take everything out of its boxes. I couldn't even, because of all the scentsy burners, the pine scented, the cinnamon scented, and then all the people who get fragrance for Christmas. And so they're spraying it on like crazy. And you guys, that used to be me. I used to love all that crap, but I didn't know that I was damaging my body. I didn't know that I was damaging my cells, but I was. And so that's one reason that I have to say, it damages us. It damages our lungs. It damages all of our cells, really. And our little bodies can only fight it off for so long before there's a tipping point. And I feel the same about our earth, Eventually there's going to be a tipping point. And we're going to ruin the whole earth and all the people in it. And it just makes me so sad to think that that's what's happening. And, I really think we need to get together, band together, get some help for us, get some safe housing for us, some medical treatment, and some laws to protect us. So, all right. Well, if you're interested in that, please email me. I'm going to put my email in the comments. Hopefully I can figure that out. All right. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. And Merry Christmas.